Today we are going to study a topic in biology known as supporting tissues in plants. We are going to study this topic with questions and answers for a better understanding. The first question we have here says, a group of plant cells organized to perform a specific function is best described as dash. A. Plant tissue. B. Plant hormones. C. All of the above. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Plant tissue. So a tissue is a group of cells that perform a specific function. The next question says, a branch of science that deals with the study of plant tissues and their benefits to plants is called dash. A. Plant entomology. B. Plant histology. C. Plant pathology. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Plant histology. Generally, histology is a branch of science that deals with the study of tissues. So, a branch of science that deals with the study of those tissues that are found in the plants and the roles they play in plants and the benefits associated with them is best described as plant histology. The next question says, a plant tissue that appears red microscopically when stained with eosin solution is called dash. A. Xylem. B. Phloem. C. Cambium. D. Collenchyma. In this question, the correct answer is A. Xylem. Where scientists have done a research in these plant tissues and they discovered that there is a tissue in plant called xylem. They stain this xylem with a part of a plant that contains this all these tissues, and they discover that this tissue called xylem appears red microscopically, but other tissues like phloem, collenchyma didn't appear red. So it is only this xylem that appears red microscopically when stained with a chemical called eosin solution. The next question says, the removal of phloem from a plant inhibits dash. A. Translocation. B. Photosynthesis. C. Chlorophyll contents. D. Chloroplast contents. In this question, the correct answer is A. Translocation. So translocation is a process whereby manufactured food in plants move from the site of production to the sites where they are needed. And this tissue called phloem helps in this process called translocation. So if this tissue called phloem is removed from plants, definitely translocation will be affected negatively. The next question says, the ability of a plant to undergo secondary growth is due to the presence of dash. A. Xylem. B. Cambium. C. Phloem. D. Collenchyma. In this question, the correct answer is B. Cambium. So this tissue called cambium is a tissue that helps many plants to undergo secondary growth. There are plants called dicot plants, and research have shown that all these dicot plants undergo secondary growth, but a tissue that helps them to undergo that secondary growth is called cambium. The next question says, the change in color of cobalt chloride paper from blue to pink when placed on a leaf surface is an experimental analysis of dash. A. Active transport. B. Transpiration. C. Translocation. D. Plasmolysis. In this question, the correct answer is B, transpiration. So transpiration is a process whereby water is lost from the aerial parts of plants such as the leaves and the stems. And scientists did a research and discovered that when this cobalt chloride paper, or that the change in the color of this cobalt chloride paper from blue to pink when placed on a leaf surface shows that transpiration have taken place, because it is only water that has the ability of changing this cobalt chloride paper from blue to pink. So it's an experimental analysis of this process called transpiration. The next question says, the most abundant supporting tissue in plants is dash. A, sclerenchyma, B, parenchyma, C, xylem, D, phloem. In this question, the correct answer is B, parenchyma. Plant histologists have discovered this tissue called parenchyma in many plants. They discovered that this tissue called parenchyma is the most abundant supporting tissues in many plants. The next question says, on storage, the sweetness of corn is lost. This is because A, polysaccharide is reconverted into soluble sugar. B, concentration of sugar increases due to storage. C, because of conversion of sugar to polysaccharide. D, enzymes responsible for the conversion are lost. In this question, the correct answer is C, because of conversion of sugar to polysaccharide. Well, corn is a plant, and when the fruit is harvested, the fruit is usually sweet when it is fresh. So, but after some time, especially during storage, the sweetness of corn will be lost. What happens is that there is conversion of sugar to a carbohydrate called polysaccharide. So when the sugar is converted to polysaccharide, the sweetness will be lost, because what makes the corn to be sweet is because of the presence of a carbohydrate known as sugar or glucose. But when this glucose or sugar is converted to polysaccharide, the sweetness of the corn will not be experienced again. The next question says, a plant tissue that helps to conduct water and minerals from the roots to leaves is dash. A, xylem, B, phloem, C, parenchyma, D, sclerenchyma. In this question, the correct answer is A, xylem. Scientists have done a research and they discovered that this tissue called xylem helps in conduction of water and minerals from the roots of plants to the leaves and other parts. So this tissue called xylem can be found in different parts of the plant, such as the roots. So the one in the root helps the roots to absorb water and minerals from the soil. So if this tissue is lacking in the root, definitely the root will not have the ability of absorbing water or conducting water and minerals to the upper part of the plant. So this tissue plays a great role in ensuring that water and minerals are moved from the roots to the leaves and other parts. The next question says, a tissue responsible for conduction of manufactured food from site of production to site of consumption and storage is called dash. A, xylem, B, phloem, C, parenchyma, D, sclerenchyma. In this question, the correct answer is B, phloem. This tissue called phloem can be found in different parts of the plant, such as the stem and other parts. So what this tissue do is that it ensures that manufactured food move from the site of production to the site of consumption. It helps manufactured food like the glucose produced after photosynthesis to move from site of production to the site where it will be utilized for different activities. So if this tissue is lacking in plant, for instance, if the phloem in the stem is removed, what happens is that by the time the glucose will be moving from the leaf down to the stem will swell, and what brings about the swelling is the presence of sugar there. So when those sugar accumulate there, they will swell because there is no tissue that will help them to move from that stem to the root and other parts of the plant. So this tissue is very important in conducting manufactured food from the leaf to other parts of the plants that need it. The next question says, the outer covering of the plant's leaves is called dash. A. Epidermis. B. Dermis. C. Meristem. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Epidermis. So the epidermis is the outer covering of the plant's leaves. The next question says, the cambium cells are constantly dividing cells in the trunks of many trees. This increase in the size of trunk cells is called dash. A. Secondary thickening. B. Primary thickening. C. All of the above. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Secondary thickening. If this is the first time you are watching our video, if this is the first time you are joining this channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel so that you can watch other videos where we have treated a lot of topics in biology.